Very warm welcome, students. I hope everybody can hear me on a scale of at a strength of 5. Vishnupriya, Meet, and Sanjana, a very warm welcome. All stations, all stations. Delhi ground. Readability check. How do you read?
Read you 5, Victor Tango, Mike Echo Tango. How do you read?
Some energy, Meet. Need energy as if we are sitting in the cockpit. Okay. It needs to be felt. Okay. Read you 5. Students, feel free to, yeah. I'll tell you.
Radio 5, Victor Tango, Sierra, November, Juliet. How
Nice
do
to
you
hear
read?
you, Sanjana. Read you 5. Vishnupriya, how about you? Good energy, Sanjana. Very nice.
Radio 5, Victor Tango, Bravo, India, Sierra. How do you read?
Radio 5. Good. Okay. So ideally, Meet, you have your mock lined up for yesterday, but we'll be doing it today. Vishnu Priya, again, rescheduling. And Sanjana, we had a session with you. So I was just thinking, before I do their mocks, what we could do is we could, clarify our doubts. Sanjana, starting with your paper, I wanted you to draft the questions and question paper. Can you give me an update if you have the flight plan, or if you could dictate and I'll write the flight plan? And I'm going to walk you all through the DGCA documents describing radio telephony, which I would advise that, start reading through that as well. It is not one of those documents which is uploaded in our Google Drive. This is to uh, basically you'll see that this is to just bridge all gaps that we might have in our learning, or in the way to take an intent or make a call with respect to an intent for a certain situation. Okay, I'll be walking you through it, and I'll also be giving you the resource. So yeah, you be on unmute, students. Raise your hand when you want to speak, and yeah, tell me. Let's do it.
So I had shared my flight plan and we had a discussion on the call already. Do you want me to share it with you again or like dictate?
Just reshare it with me, please.
All right.
So Sanjana, I need a one-on-one session with you. So ideally, that's what we had planned. But I thought that
Mm-hmm.
we'll do something mixed together, because group sessions are always good. So meet Vishnupriya, Sanjana. See if you can keep your videos on. Let's have a very nice interactive session here first. Because सब
Okay.
अकेले अकेले चल रहा है बहुत time से. So I thought that almost similar situation में है with respect to RT, all of us. So you'll be able to relate. Meet is a fresher, but he's almost there with his RT prep. Sanjana somewhere has an experience with RT. She's also almost there with the prep. Vishnupriya, same. Vishnupriya, compared to your last RT experience, if you have had anything, and today we are going to be doing your first mock. So please, I'm just introducing you all. Sanjana, meet, and Vishnupriya. Vishnupriya, meet, and Sanjana, and meet, Sanjana, and Vishnupriya. आप तीनों बहुत
Nice to see you.
अलग एरिया से आते हो, ठीक है ना? तीनों बहुत अलग एरिया से आ रहे हो. दिस इज वेयर कॉन्फ्लुएंस इज हैपनिंग. तीनों का बैकग्राउंड अलग है, प्रेजेंट अलग है, एवरीथिंग इज डिफरेंट. बट या, प्लीज अनम्यूट पे रहिए सब लोग, है ना? कोई बैकग्राउंड नॉइज किसी को अगर डिस्टर्ब कर रही है तो हम बोल देंगे उनको स्टॉप ट्रांसमिटिंग, तो वो लोग म्यूट पे चले जाएंगे. Okay. So Sanjana and Vishnupriya, from your previous experience, what you could do ideally is just share a few tips जो एक दूसरे को हम काम में ला सकते हैं. मीत, आप अपने एक दो टिप्स शेयर कर सकते हो जो आपको मॉक में या क्लास में एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है. सो क्विकली जस्ट एक्सचेंज अ फ्यू वर्ड्स, हैव अ गुड ग्रुप डिस्कशन, सी इफ यू कैन गिव ईच अदर कपल ऑफ वर्ड्स ऑफ एडवाइस. और संजना दोनों को अब एक साथ दे दो, मीत दोनों को एक साथ दे दो, विष्णुप्रिया दोनों को एक साथ दे दो. फटाफट एक्सरसाइज पूरी करो.
All right. Start. I gave one attempt of my RT, but was unsuccessful. However, what I took from the first attempt that I had was you tend to panic, of course, because it's your first time, but you get enough of time, I would say. 25 minutes, it's quite enough. If you be patient and look through your chart, it gets quite easy. And very important is to track the chart properly, because I had a lot of problem initially to track the chart and the route. So once you do it, you have the first and the end point, it gets very easy. And cut off everything that you hear and that you see. It just has to be point A, point B. And I think that should help us go through. Yeah.
Sanjana, you had a
Wonderful.
concern, ki, sir, we have done things. I have seen things that we have not studied. Now, that is a very big thing that we can experience in our RT exams. It will happen because the scope is huge. We can try and increase the concepts that we can collect in our knowledge base, of course. So we will be doing an effort on that here on, um, so that it doesn't happen. But what to do if that happens, and how were you able to figure it out? Because it's an interesting thing, you know. So look at the flight plan. I'm just sharing the screen, and we'll see how Sanjana was able to tackle, and that is something that I'm really impressed with. So that is great, you know, doing it in your first attempt, okay? And especially without going through any salt papers. So Sanjana has just done core prep and without any papers. So that is something where she was able to figure out this. So let's see the flight plan, Vishnupriya and Meet. Okay. Look at the flight plan and tell me what do you understand about your route and route tracking. And then we'll see how Sanjana tackled it. Okay. So Sanjana, you are actually in an expert position right now. You might feel you're underprepared, but what you have done there was really good. So you're there, almost there, I would say. That was good. That's creative thinking there. Vishnupriya and Meet, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see it.
To come on, talk quick. We don't have much time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Vishnupriya, Meet, आपके ऊपर है. Sanjana is on top gear. You have to be also on top gear. Come on. So departure is Delhi, students. What about your
Yes, sir.
destination? And what
So
is the
it's
chart
Kathmandu.
number? Kathmandu.
Chart number 2.
Vishnupriya, are you answering?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Kathmandu, very nice. Chart number
And 2.
2. It's not mentioned on the flight plan, so how do we decipher it's chart number 2? Is it a repeated question paper? That's how you know it?
No.
Very good. Then how do you know
So
it?
because DP is Delhi, because I, E, and O will be getting that in the Indian airspace. So, but B and it's something outside. So, nearby only question may become or something. So, KT, Kathmandu. So, nearby
Exactly.
Delhi, I just went to northern side of charts. So, any outside. So,
Confident, calculated derivation, I would say. Meet, tell me, and are we able to track the route also? Meet, come on,
Yes, sir.
quick
I have
insights.
the chart with me.
Mm-hmm. Vishnupriya, very quick and very nice. Meet, बोलोगे नहीं बोलोगे आज?
Yes, am I audible?
You are.
Yeah, I said I'm able to track the route. I just referred the chart number 2.
Mm-hmm. What is the direction of the route? Initial direction from Delhi?
So it's Romeo 460. So it's radial. Just a second.
थोड़ा जल्दी करना है हमें.
Mhm.
So when I say
Yes,
initial
it's
track,
radial.
carry on.
Yeah, radial 108. Then from there
Mm-hmm.
it's whiskey 44. So that is just a second. So I'm finding it difficult.
बहुत टाइम ले रहे हैं आप. संजना, इनिशियल ट्रैक क्या है हमारा? And chart number 2 is told to us. So initial track that I'm talking about, it relates with your navigation principles. Just because we're prepping for navigation exam, I'm using this term. Initial great circle track is what you will be looking out for. Radials are magnetic directions from the station. Okay. Initial great circle track, you can measure it in a similar way. Okay. Magnetic directions only in a similar way. So it is a good reference meet that you're taking by saying that, okay, I'll give you my radial. So that is amazing. That is good, not bad. What was the route again? Was it Romeo 460, Sanjana? I'm not having the flight.
That's all.
Yeah, 460.
Romeo 460.
So Romeo 460
Yeah.
starts with radial 180 outbound.
108.
Correction. Radial 108 outbound. VOR Delta Papa
Day.
November.
November.
This is how we are going to read it out. We see one control boundary before Aligarh. From Aligarh, we have radial 114 outbound. Then we have Kadas.
Aligarh.
Kadas, we have another control boundary. And then, Meet, come on. This is your task.
Lucknow.
Yes.
Lucknow.
Lucknow. Do we have Lucknow in the flight plan? We do have BBN, which is Varanasi. So from Lucknow, we are going to Varanasi. From there, we are going Whiskey 442. Patna. We see outbound radials. We see inbound radials. And then from Patna, quickly we go to Golf 336 northbound. We see small control area like this. We have a waypoint, Dodud, Barga, and from there, I see Kathmandu is here. To never have practiced Kathmandu and to be able to figure out this is Kathmandu is a great skill. Trust me, students. आपने कर दिया है वो बहुत बड़ी बात है. So Sanjana, how did you come to it? Just walk us through it again. I remember. बस हमें बताओ कितना टाइम लगा वहां पर?
I took almost like 5 minutes, you would say, because it was difficult for me to track which chart number was it. Though it was already mentioned on the flight plan, but it was all jumbled up for me because I was nervous. But it was there already, and when I saw the destination. I was like, which one is it? This is not in India. And I was like, is it something wrong that they have mentioned? Then I said, no, it can't be wrong. So I was not able to know the destination, but then I saw the route and I tracked myself through the route. And that is when I reached to Kathmandu. And then the last two letters of the location designator, KT, that's how I connected the dots. Instead of wasting more time to know if it's right or wrong.
सर मैं ना कभी कभी कोई अगर डेस्टिनेशन पता नहीं चलता तो रिवर्स चलती हूँ। अगर डेस्टिनेशन से पता नहीं चलता है, मतलब डिपार्चर से पता नहीं चलता है, अगर डेस्टिनेशन मेरे को पता है तो डेस्टिनेशन से रूट को उल्टा लेके चलती हूँ ताकि डिपार्चर वाला पॉइंट पता चल जाता है।
That is another very good technique. Just think about how Sanjana was talking about it. So first thought we are getting is it a misprint? Okay. Second thing, it could not be because exam hai, shayad nahi hoga. So let's see if it's not a misprint, then what could be the hints? And eventually she was able to figure it out. So उस time पे जो fear and anxiety थी 5 minute था, how did you what happened then? How did you start giving the calls? Like after you figured it out, okay, it's Kathmandu, you dealt with your first unexpected challenge, I would say. What happened afterwards when you started transmission? Just walk us through it.
Yes, so I mean, I took time to know that it is Kathmandu. So my network is unstable. Are you able to hear me?
Affirm.
Okay.
Radio 5.
Then okay. Then I saw the questions and I was like, they have not mentioned anything about the destination. So instead of wasting more time, let me just start with the question. So that's how I started without wasting more time.
So I can see you have followed the training and that is so good. That is so good. I'm very impressed. Okay. Meet, are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
So Meet, come on, buck up. Need quicker answers, quicker replies. Are you observing what Victor Tango Sierra November Juliet is saying?
Yes, sir, I'm observing. I'm taking notes as well.
Hmm. So, yeah. So what we are doing later on, because it's a aerodrome that we don't know about, and then we figured out, okay, luckily in this chart we can see Kathmandu. If you have an international departure, then you might not even have that on a chart. Here it was lucky for us. Okay, KT was there and KTM, the route was leading us there. So we were able to still figure it out. Chances are you'll have a departure that is an international departure, something that you have not studied, or something that you cannot also see on chart. So what do? You see the route and see where is the route entering in the country from which area. It could be Bay of Bengal. It could be from near Bhutan. It could be from over the Karachi FIR boundary, or it could be from Mumbai. So generally from Mumbai, you do not go out on the ocean because the oceanic areas don't cover ATS routes. So you need a lot of landmass to have ATS routes so that you can have radio navigation aids. Places where you don't have landmass and you have to fly over the ocean, there will have routes over the ocean. So be very careful in all your charts to just see where are these routes coming from. One route is coming from this area called an NDB Romeo Kilo. I hope everyone can see the screen, students. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Where is the screen? Okay. Just this thing that, okay, in the end, what happens, okay, even if you're not able to figure out, you see the questions, you realize that, okay, I might not be having to worry about call sign of the station if I'm not able to know what is the name of the area. If I don't know the code stands for Mumbai, then how can I have the call sign Mumbai control? That'll be a problem. So that's where we can get stuck. So what we are doing here is we look at the questions and see if any question is related to Kathmandu, APP, ACC, Tower, SMC, whatever. And we see that mostly no. In case yes, then it would be related to a FIR only. And that FIR region would be related with respect to the FIR reports or crossing clearance when you're entering an international FIR or something like that. FIRs are not international, but you're entering an international, crossing an international border from FIR to FIR, like Karachi FIR we are seeing here. So the waypoint on the FIR boundary is Tiger. And we are coming from one route via Romeo Kilo NDB, Golf 452. And from Tiger, we are dividing into three routes to enter the country in India. And from Karachi to Delhi. So Karachi FIR to Delhi FIR. So from this side, you might get any aerodrome. You can get any UK aerodrome, European aerodrome, US aerodrome, or Gulf aerodromes also. All those will come from this area only. Okay. There's no other way for them to come through. एक ही route है यहाँ पे देखा जाए तो. So that was good. Second way to check, okay, will it be a worry or not, is just go through the questions and see, and we'll see the questions quickly. I'll just show you these charts once again. See, this is going to Bangkok. We have Kolkata FR and Yangon FIR over here. This is, where is this? This is the Bay of Bengal. Okay. See, we have also Dhaka FIR. We have Bangladesh in the center. We have Southeast, East India over here. And then see, this Paro that you see is the Bhutan place. So Paro is only international airport in Bhutan. So this could also be there somewhere. It could come. I'll try to make a list of all these nearby aerodromes also, location indicators. It's better to be prepared, right? So that we can save those 3, 4, 5 minutes. But it's good. See, you also have Yangon FIR frequency over here. Yangon radio 127.1. And this here they're showing Myanmar and everything. So this route can come from Singapore or Thailand or some other those places you see. जो भी वहाँ पे है इंडिया के ईस्टर्न साउथ ईस्ट एरिया में है. So this route will lead us into. So if you have any departure aerodrome from that side, then you look out for the routes and see, okay, your calls would be related to this position only. Maybe Ibiza, maybe few nautical miles inbound Ibiza, or maybe few nautical miles outbound Ibiza, or over Ibiza, like this. Those would be your first calls. So in this situation, we have discussed this again and again. I'll just remind you that you can simply do an FIR report and ask for changing over to Kolkata FIR. either report or take clearance. Here you don't need to take clearances. Everything is pre-approved for you. Okay. All your basic position reports that you give, clearances that you take are pre-approved. When you're crossing control boundaries, they are also pre-approved. When you're entering a new control area or a new FIR because of certain deviation, then you can say request crossing clearance. Or if a situation is given to you that you're before the crossing boundary, before the control boundary, then you estimate the crossing time also, and you can say request crossing clearance. For control boundaries, crossing clearances are only seldom required, but when you're crossing routes, when you're rerouting, that's when you need crossing clearances. So be very careful about the situations and try to use that in your calls. Let's say you want to reroute, your weather deviation is not approved, bad weather ahead. You'll say, I would like to fly via this. If you're going to cross any route, then you'll say request crossing clearance for that particular route. These are soft skills that will give you more points when you're taking your call. Okay? Students, are we following? थोड़ा echo है, but I hope you're not being disturbed, students. मैं एक बार म्यूट कर रहा हूँ, देख रहा हूँ echo कहाँ से आ रहा है. Okay. Okay. I think विशु पे आपके यहाँ से आ रहा होगा, कोई नहीं. No worries. Okay. So Nepal, Kathmandu is here. Bhutan has Paro, and here we don't have any aerodromes directly, international ones other than Dhaka. So we'll be, having a call sign, location indicator for these. Chart number 7, we'll see we have Colombo. Okay. And any other international that we see, we don't really see much. We see the route here, the route that we have. This aerodrome, this VOR KAT, okay, we have to keep this in mind. Proper location indicators or names of aerodromes are not given. But you see, we have 4 routes, one going directly to Chennai, one going to Madurai via Bikox, one going to Madurai via Dimon, and one going to Tiruchirappalli directly. So these are 4 routes from Sri Lanka on this chart. So if you're going from Mumbai, simple. So we get an idea, okay? And then Port Blair, again, this Bay of Bengal, Yangon FIRC, carefully. This is that route to Yangon. There will be chances that you might have to join 2 charts. So maybe in your coming mocks, I might try to work out a flight plan where you get to practice 2 charts. Okay, make it a little more competitive for you. So that's why I thought I'll just brief you and then do your mocks individually also. Okay. I hope you're following. Feel free to ask any questions. I hope it's getting easy. Be very careful about your danger areas, restricted areas, and prohibited areas. See, there's one danger area over here, VOD 171. There's no flight going over and above this. In case you have bad weather over Bodel, you're going from Chennai to Vijayawada or Visakhapatnam, then taking a deviation on the right and flying parallel would be very risky because you'll be very close to the danger area. So it's better you try to avoid it and directly go to docket or go on the left side and then take deviation. So here it will be easier for me to avoid danger area. Danger areas will have certain height restrictions. Above those heights, you might be able to fly. But if you have to connect the dots and if it's a mountainous region, then the winds will not be favorable for you. You might face heavy turbulence. So they will ask you to avoid. So if you have bad weather over Bodel, you can simply say, let's say I'm 30 nautical miles inbound Bodel, or maybe I can say that, okay, I'm 70 DME outbound Chennai VOR or VR Mike Victor. Due bad weather over Bodal and due danger area in vicinity, would like to deviate for weather and proceed to Visakhapatnam via docket, estimating docket so and so time, request rejoining clearance, and then give your estimates and ETA. Are we following? In the end, you'll say request rerouting clearance. I'll just show you a diagram and just give you these skills because be aware anywhere if it's applicable in your calls, you apply. You don't just think of your calls as if, okay, there'll be one question and one answer. Think about it as, okay, it's about clearances and intents. If what I'm intending is not given to me, then I can change it. The example, everybody, you can write this call. You are 70 DME outbound Chennai Vivar. Receive bad weather warning over Bodal. ATC denied standard weather deviation clearance. Take action accordingly. So this question is telling you that your standard weather deviation request has already been denied. It has been denied because of this area. If I would be going, let's say I have to go to Visakhapatnam and my route was Bodal, Vijayawada, and then Rajamundry, and then Visakhapatnam. But I have bad weather here. So what would I ideally do? I'll go here, 15 nautical miles, then I'll fly parallel till the time I avoid Bodal, and from here maybe I'll continue my route. This is what I would have ideally done. But because there is a danger area, this might not be allowed here. So we be very careful. So here the question could be twisted, saying they might say this, they might deny this, they might not say it and still deny if you ask. So instead of wasting time into asking for a standard weather deviation, you can understand, okay, मैं यहाँ नहीं जा सकती, मैं यहाँ नहीं जा सकता, तो मैं rerouting clearance ले लेता हूँ weather deviation के लिए. So what I would do from here, I would say, from here, I would like to turn right and proceed to Visakhapatnam via docket Alpha 465 Zopox, estimating docket so and so time, Zopox so and so time, ETA so and so time, flight level so and so what was given to you, due bad weather over Bodal and danger area in vicinity, request rerouting clearance due bad weather. This is how your call would go. Are you following? Are you making notes? You can always replay this part. I'm not writing it. I'm hoping you are well versed and savvy with these words that will be able to make your own call. If this is not given to you, if this is also denied to you, what will you do? Now, these are standard turns, okay? If this is also denied to you, then what will you do? Okay, you'll say, okay, if can I go via left like this somewhere and then join Vijayawada like this and then continue? Do you want me to do that? That seems like unnecessary detour. So if they are not giving you this, then request them if flight level is an issue. If yes, then ask for a higher or a lower flight level. Simple. Maybe the flight level will not be there. So you'll have to also ask for top of climb or top of descent then. Not top of descent, but at least for climb or descent. I hope you are understanding that it's very creative and it's very easy. So be on the lookout. These things, just keep it in your, what do we say? Logical understanding. I'll be asking you to give me a call on this later, but I hope you have written the question. One more chart, chart number 5, and also expect the charts to be changed or updated or be a little more complicated or different on any of your attempts. It could possibly happen. They keep updating it, and the day it gets updated is the day we know it's going to get updated or it's got updated. Okay. Again, this chart, Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai, Vijayawada, fine, Khajuraho, Secunderabad. Okay. Bhopal, we don't see any international routes here. We do see this Kolkata, Chennai FIR. Visakhapatnam, we don't see anything international here. कुछ रहेगा मैंने मिस किया है तो प्लीज मुझे बताना. One of the most interesting charts. This is what we should be practicing more. Okay, there are a lot of small ACCs over here. Chart number 4. Okay, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bhubaneswar, Mumbai FIR. I don't see any international points here. Okay, fine. Students, I hope you have no doubts. I think आप तीनों ने बहुत अच्छे से मास्टरी की है चार्ट्स पे. चार्ट नंबर 2 था और एक हमारा 2 या 3 ही चार्ट है जिसमें इंटरनेशनल रूट्स है हमारे, ठीक है। See this place going to Dhaka, Ikogu, DCB, VOR, Dhaka, approach, and then this we have already seen chart number 2, and then we have chart number 4. All right. And chart number 1 check, that is with Tiger, I guess. Okay, quick. All right. So now question number 1. It's very nice that you remember so much. संजना कुछ और याद है तो आप प्लीज ऐड कर लो इसमें. I think question number 5 was also very different for you, and I want you to see if you can recall question number 5. Meet, are you well versed? क्या है फ्लाइट प्लान में और बताओ मुझे. Vishnupriya, what else do we have in the flight plan? Come on, Meet, make some noise. You're not talking.
Yes, sir. I was just looking at the flight plan. Just give me a second.
Whatever you're reading, keep speaking, no?
Mhm.
Don't give me radio silence.
Okay. So there's no other information mentioned in the flight plan, and yeah, other than that, it's fine only. Yeah.
Explain the flight plan. I'm not asking whether it's fine or not. क्या समझ रहे हो आप? You're not giving me insights. Vishnupriya, flight plan समझाओ. कुछ बचा है, नहीं
Sir,
बचा है?
Delhi to Kathmandu, it's an Airbus Air India 2902, IFR flight and vector turbulence medium. Route we have Romeo 460, then Varanasi, Whiskey 44, Patna, then direct Golf 336 to Kathmandu. Then alternate aerodrome, it's Varanasi. Flight level, cruising flight level is 310. This much information I got about flight plan.
Alternate. Is it Varanasi or Bhubaneswar?
Varanasi.
What is the flight level? Meet. Just say these things. Now, if you can see these things, this is how we say whether we are reading the flight plan correctly or not. Okay. Sanjana, I was asking you, it's very good that you remember so many things. The question number 5 for you also was different. Can you recall a little bit more about question number 4 and 5? If yes, then please tell us.
As far as I remember, it was something about crossing. I don't clearly remember. It was that the DGCA, Nepal DGCA has not approved your flight or something like that. I didn't really understand the question.
What about question number 4?
No, I don't remember. I cannot recall it.
That's okay. Trying to go with Nepal DGCA not giving us clearance. Basically, it could be that our ADC has expired. Okay? ADC. What is ADC? Do we know?
Air defense clearance.
Yeah. How
Air
can we
defense clearance.
yeah, how do we
For
define it?
international.
Yeah. So how do we define it? What are the key elements? What was the keywords you said? Nepal DGC hasn't given you clearance or denied clearance?
Flight is not approved as per Nepal DGCA.
Okay, we'll go with this much. So I think probably this could be, we'll obtain fresh ADC and call again, or you can simply say that request crossing clearance. This is my fresh ADC, Air Defense Clearance number. ADCs are alphanumeric codes. All right, just give me a second. Okay. Yeah. So Nepal DGCA flight not approved. by My Nepal ATC authority. We can go with it. So just again look at the chart. Sanjay, any idea what question number 4 was about? No, right? Okay. No issues. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, quickly we'll see this again. What is it? Where is the chart number 2? Okay. Do you have any idea about our position? Where were we on this question? Any positional reference in the question?
The fourth question, is it?
5th question. Were we at Patna? Were we at Barga or Dodud? Where were we? Any idea? Over Simara, maybe?
Okay.
You see this dotted line here, students? Are you able to see this dotted line coincident with the waypoint
Yes, sir.
VIRGA? That is the landmass
Borderline.
borderline for Nepal. So chances are that FIR boundary will be coincident with it, but they have not mentioned whether we have Kathmandu FIR and then this side Kolkata FIR. We do have Delhi and Kolkata FIR till here. So it will be difficult to make that call on HF if FIR is not given to you, but definitely call can be made to VHF. Here we do have one frequency, that is Kathmandu approach. We could simply say that we are flying from here to here. This is our flight plan. This is our ETA and everything. Approval denied, probably due expired ADC, will obtain fresh ADC or have obtained fresh ADC and FIC. Give them hypothetical numbers and you can ask request. Then you can say your ETA, top of descent, and ask for descent and then go ahead with arrival procedures or something like this. If it is not on HF, it is on HF, then FIR boundary and then crossing clearance, clearance can be asked. So there are two opportunities for us to see whether position reference is given to us. If yes, then probably it will be a call either to your ACC. Now, what is your ACC here? This is your ACC here, but it's not clearly given. So can be a little challenging here, but two opportunities you get, either VHF or HF. Look at the call sign, look at the positional reference in your question always. Always remember, you will get the best hint about where you are and what you need to do if you can pinpoint where you are through your question. And this is the best thing about these type of question papers, that this type of exam, that they have to give you where you are. Because otherwise, how will you understand where you are? So be careful about knowing where you are with respect to the question. That will really tell you what you're supposed to do. On an FIR boundary, and if you have HF, you know it's an FIR report, right? If you are near departure and if you have to make an HF report, you know it's a departure report to the destination radio. If you are on a control boundary, you know it could be crossing clearance, it could be a position report, or you just have to say changing over to the next control. If you are just before CTR or CTA, then you know it's a transit clearance, right, students? So the position has a lot of hint in itself, and we need to be careful about reading the questions to understand where we are. Okay. Follow these things and show them to me in your practice mock sessions. We'll do it in the most difficult ways now. We'll try to give you the worst paper possible for you to experience as a student and see how nicely and easily you're getting comfortable in tackling it. Okay? चलो क्वेश्चंस देखते हैं, इसके सॉल्यूशंस बताएंगे सब लोग. संजना बताएगी सही है कि नहीं है. Quick, be fast. Remember, flight level is 310. Okay, call sign is Air India 292. Other information is blank. Equipment possibly standard and type of flight is scheduled. Okay, fill कर दो आप लोग ये सब. Other info was blank. Okay, are you sure it was blank, Sanjana? Okay.
So say again, please.
Other info, was it blank or did you have anything? Okay. Any idea what was
No,
the
there was
time?
nothing because I
Fine. Nothing. Blank. I'm assuming the time was 1940. Can you tell me any idea what is the time? Doesn't matter. It's hypothetical.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Chalo. First question. Embarkation of passenger is on. ATC calls you. Take action as per rules of the air. Now again, you just have to answer. What will you do here, Meet and Vishnupriya? Quick, rapid fire. Stay on unmute, yeah.
Sir, we'll just raise the station first because the question mentions that ATC calls you.
So if ATC is calling you, how will you raise the station? Vishnupriya.
So we'll take the station name. Then our calls on Air India 2902. Go ahead.
Now go ahead is also tricky. In the manual, it's mentioned the usage of go ahead has been omitted. But
Then only we can raise the station.
yeah. But what happens, Anjana, in the exam? You keep your video off for some time, you have network issue. Yeah, save your bandwidth. Yeah, fine. So Sanjana, what happened here? Now be careful. ATC is calling us. It means ATC is raising a station. We have got a call from ATC. Now we have to respond. We have to give them a go ahead that they can communicate with us. Just like we raise a station when we are making initial contact. But what is the confusion here? Anjana, was it with the use of go ahead? What was going on here?
Yes, I initially was waiting to see if they expect me to say go ahead or no. So I didn't say it, and then there was a dead air, and then I go ahead.
There was a
So
dead
that
air
is
and
when
then
they
what?
replied.
Say again. Yeah.
So I was waiting. I didn't say go ahead because as per the new procedure, we aren't supposed to say, but they were expecting me to say it. So I waited for a few seconds, and since they were not transmitting, then I said go ahead, and that is when they transmitted.
And what was it that the ATC told you?
There's a passenger with swine flu has boarded your aircraft. So I had to tell them that stopping embarkation immediately, and yeah, that's what I said. And
So,
request further instruction.
so what we'll do, we'll take away from this, okay, students. What are we are going to take away from this is that ATC might not say go ahead if we are raising a station, but in our exams, they are expecting us to say go ahead. This is what I think we can come to as a derivation. Vishnupriya and Meet, are you following?
Yes, sir.
आपका कोई स्टेशन रेस कर रहा है, आप गो हेड बोलो. आप जब स्टेशन रेस कर रहे हो, आपको गो हेड ना भी बोला है, W1, W2 बोला है, understand it's a go ahead. Maybe that's what they think it means, and that's how they are expecting us to say go ahead. So now we'll not do trial and error, and we'll just say go ahead. If examiner says go ahead बोलना चाहिए, ना sir, in the manual it's omitted, but sometimes examiners expect, so both ways, whatever you say, like if they are talking to you in between. Okay. So ATC calls you and tells you that there is a person with a communicable disease, there's a person with a disease that can be spread. So what do? Take action as per rules of the air. Now, somewhere in the rules of the air, although we have everything that DCC has issued for rules of the air in our book 1.1, do you think we have a reference for such things? Have we read it somewhere? Have we studied somewhere? How do we take an intent? Victor Tango, Sierra November, Juliet, what made you take that intent? Meet and Vishnupriya, what would you do? Come on. One by one. Yeah. Sierra November, Juliet, carry on.
I do not recall studying it in the rules of the air, or maybe I must have skipped it, but just working in an airplane, I assume that is what you're supposed to be doing it. So that's how I took it.
Was it a successful call in the exam?
Come again?
Was ATC okay with your call?
Yes, yes.
So, Meet, what would you do? ATC calls you and ATC tells you that one of the passengers has spine flu, what would you do?
Sir, I would do the same thing as she said. Stop the embarkation and request for further instructions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I could think of.
Vishnupriya?
Sir, will stop the embarkation and medical service for the person.
You will need a lot of things. Okay, you have to isolate the passenger. Okay, possibly, see, you might not have to test all passengers, but there might be a delay doing it, and in your question paper somewhere there might be chances they would give you ATD, actual time of departure. You might have a priority flight also, and it can all get more complicated also. Luckily, it is not. Other info is not. Main problem is you're going to Kathmandu, you're going to cross international boundaries, so it becomes a big issue. The whole flight might have to be isolated. So now this gives you a good point to read from rules of the air. If it is not in the rules of the air, then it might be issued as a AIP or AIC or some added notice given by DGCA. Okay. So that's what they're expecting us to have read. So it might have come maybe before COVID or maybe after COVID, or maybe swine flu had come before COVID also. So maybe they had released, DGCA had released a new circular explaining this, which would be an addendum or an appendix to the rules of the air. Okay. So hopefully I'll be able to share that with you, something that we'll be doing. Okay, fine. You are approaching runway holding point. You see landing traffic Boeing on short final. ATC permits you to line up after traffic. Victor Tango Sierra November Juliet. पहले मीत आप बताओगे. What will you do on this call? Then Vishnu Priya and then Sierra November Juliet. Quick, fast karo. We are running short of time. I have to also show you the document for the DGCA communication document.
Yeah, just a second, sir. I'm just
No, mate, no, just a second. Rapid fire, quick, on the spot. Vishnupriya, tell.
Sir, in this position, we'll be holding position, and after we'll be waiting for traffic to clear, then we'll take off.
Now talk about calls. Now give me calls directly. Now don't give me intents. Okay. Meet, coming back to you.
Okay.
Delhi Tower with
आप बोलो विष्णुप्रिया.
Delhi Tower, Air India 292, holding sort of runway, runway 27. Sighted Boeing 777 on short finals. Will be taking off after clear of traffic.
Okay. Not bad. Not a perfect call, but this is how the call will go when we write it. Will not be fumbling. Will not use fillers. And holding short of runway 27 simply. Don't say holding short of runway 27. Not bad. Makes sense. Meet, quickly, your call.
Okay. Delhi Tower, Air India 292, holding short runway 27. Spotted a Boeing 777 on short finals. Will take off after the aircraft lands, holding position.
Okay.
Request further instructions.
Okay. Almost there, but not accurate with the question. Question is saying you're approaching, you're not holding position. So my situational awareness with respect to my position is inaccurate in this case. Vishnupriya, same goes to you. Read the question carefully. We are still not imagining or able to visualize where we are. Victor Tango Sierra Number Juliet, give me a fresh call, not what you did in the exam. Okay? Or maybe if it's similar, it's fine. Rapid fire. Sanjana, your call. Question number 1, Bravo.
Delhi Tower, Air India 292, Holding short runway 27. Traffic in sight. Will report when clear of traffic.
Okay. Your call is very good, but it's incomplete. It is incomplete. Come on. See, it's a simple situation. Still, our calls are not meeting. संजना आपको म्यूट करो. It's a क्या नहीं हो रहा है. Okay. Yeah. It's a simple call. Focus on the question, students. Sanjana, your call was the cleanest of all three, I would say, but it was incomplete. Meet, your call was very good, but it was not accurate. Vishnupriya, your call had a lot of fillers, I could say, but it was not completely accurate. You are approaching runway holding point. You are moving. Okay. You already have had some delay because of that passenger with swine flu. You have to expedite. You have seen an aircraft on short finals. We are not mentioning that. It's a Boeing aircraft. You have been permitted to line up once it lands. इसका मतलब क्या है? By the time you are going to reach runway holding point, that plane would have touched down. You might not have to hold position. You could easily, very well continue and enter runway. And while doing so, you will say, I'll enter runway. After that, request takeoff clearance will be taken. Like request takeoff would be said. See what they are saying. The call would be like this. But good thing everybody is calling tower. Anything to do runway will go to tower. Delhi Tower, Air India 292. Approaching holding point, runway 27. See Boeing on short finals, runway 27. Cleared to enter runway 27 after traffic lands. Will call when clear of traffic. Airbus so and so. IFR Delhi to Kathmandu. It's a direct call. Still, somewhere I got stuck thinking about, okay, what would I do? Then it just made sense that, okay, once I'm clear, I'll enter and I'll also call. That's all I can do. If I do the first level of call that I made, maintaining accuracy in my mind using the technique, then I could make it more specific. That, yeah, it's all that I could do right now. So mention what you are doing. You're approaching, you're not holding position. It's gonna take a while maybe. It's on short finals, 2 nautical miles. 100 knots पे वो लोग लैंड कर रहे हैं. कितना टाइम जाएगा उनको? और पहुंच गए हो तो होल्ड पोजीशन. वंस क्लियर ऑफ लैंडिंग ट्रैफिक विल एंटर रनवे 27. And while entering runway 27, you can ask for request takeoff clearance. They might not ask you to go to next question. Are you following what we are missing in each of our calls?
Yes, sir.
Priya? So why are we missing that? हम आंसर देने में घाई कर रहे हैं या सिचुएशन समझने में लेजी हो रहे हैं? आई एम नॉट डाउटिंग योर इंटेंट, योर पैशन, डेडिकेशन, but situational awareness of my position becomes very important. Approaching runway holding point, approaching holding point runway 27 is how I'll be reporting it. Okay, approaching, पहुंचा नहीं हूं मैं. Clear, once clear of landing traffic, will enter runway 27. Will report when clear of traffic. क्लियर हो गए और आप पोजीशन होल्ड कर रहे हो, थोड़ा टाइम लग गया तो आप ये बोलोगे आगे जाके, दिल्ली टावर, एयर इंडिया 292, क्लियर ऑफ लैंडिंग ट्रैफिक, entering runway 27, request takeoff clearance. That's it. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Meet, are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
Good. So Sanjana, understand your area of improvement. आपने इतना अच्छा किया है बट वो इनकम्प्लीट है, आप उसको फुल कर दो, आपको आउट ऑफ मिलेंगे कॉल्स पे. विष्णुप्रिया, केयरफुल. नॉट बैड, इट वाज गुड. मीत, आपका पोजिशन का सिचुएशनल अवेयरनेस बहुत बहुत ऊपर नीचे था. छोटे पॉइंट पे बी वेरी केयरफुल एवरी वर्ड. एंड डोंट से साइटेड, यू कैन ऑलवेज से सी, or you can say traffic in sight, like Victor Tango Sierra November Juliet said. Cited word I've always said don't use in your calls. Okay, either say C or you can say traffic in sight. That is another way to put it.
Okay.
Okay, students following, quick. Meet,
Yes, sir.
rapid fire. Alpha Charlie, quick. You're ready for takeoff. क्या होगा? Mumbai, correction. I've already given you the call. Meet, come on, fast, fast, fast.
Yeah. Delhi Tower, Air India 292. IFR Delhi to Kathmandu, Airbus 321.
No, no,
Requesting.
no. ये सब बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. विष्णुप्रिया.
Delhi Tower, Air India 292, ready for takeoff for Kathmandu.
No,
Request
no,
takeoff
no,
clearance.
no, no. Victor Tango Sierra November Juliet.
Delhi Tower, Air India 292, clear of traffic, ready for takeoff. Request takeoff clearance.
Not bad, but हो कहाँ? हर कॉल
Sir,
पे पोजीशन तो
I'll
लगेगा
do
Runway
one
ना.
correction.
two.
कहाँ से बोल रहे हैं आप? विष्णुप्रिया तो सीधा टेक ऑफ लेते काठमांडू पहुंचने वाले हैं. मैंने बताया, आप लोग सुन नहीं रहे हो. क्यों नहीं सुन रहे हैं?
On runway 27.
And takeoff from runway 27.
Connected with Alpha Bravo. Listen, Delhi Tower, Air India 292, clear of landing traffic. Holding point runway 27, entering runway 27, request takeoff clearance. You have been cleared to enter. You're cleared to line up after landing aircraft. Like line up in this case is you being on that runway threshold basically. Like that position from where you are entering the runway for departure. Connect the dots. आधी इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहे हैं इसलिए हमारे मार्क्स पूरे नहीं मिल पा रहे हैं, शायद इसलिए 19-20 रह जा रहे होंगे हम. ऐसे सोचो आप. सही कर रहे हो सब कुछ. रेडी फॉर टेक ऑफ. ये आपने ना, देयर वाज दिस आई थिंक मेल गिब्सन once he accidentally landed his small Cessna or some plane on a taxiway. It was parallel to runway. He was super confident and let him go with the warning because he's a good private pilot. But yeah, that was a big news. He's like, मैं मेरा फ्री उड़ा रहा हूँ और मैंने लैंड कर दिया. रियलाइज के टैक्सी पे लैंड हुआ. एंड मेनी पीपल डू दैट. सो ऐसा फीलिंग आ रहा है आपके कॉल्स पे, विष्णुप्रिया एंड संजना के. और मीत तो, मीत बोल रहा है सर मेरा मूड नहीं है, मेरे को करना नहीं है, मैं तो ऐसे ही कर रहा हूँ, और कुछ नहीं है. कम ऑन, कनेक्ट द डॉट्स. यू आर रेडी फॉर टेक. इसका मतलब है दिल्ली टावर, एयर इंडिया 292, क्लियर ऑफ ट्रैफिक, क्लियर ऑफ लैंडिंग ट्रैफिक, एंटरिंग रनवे 27, रिक्वेस्ट टेक ऑफ. सिंपल. इसमें एक चीज डाल सकते हो, होल्डिंग पॉइंट रनवे 27, क्लियर ऑफ ट्रैफिक, एंटरिंग रनवे 27, रिक्वेस्ट टेक ऑफ. तुम्हें परमिशन नहीं चाहिए एंटर करने की, बिकॉज क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 ब्रावो में परमिशन मिल चुके हैं आपको. ओके, आर यू फॉलोइंग? वी आर मिसिंग थिंग्स. डोंट
Yes, sir.
कीप योर कॉल्स इनकम्प्लीट. मे बी दैट्स वाई 7 में से मुझे एटीसी ने 3 या 4 ही दिए होंगे जब 7 देने थे मुझे. लाइक 7 3 21. So, 3 क्वेश्चन है तो मे बी 7 7 एंड 8 करेंगे वो. तो अच्छा होके भी वो आपको 8 नहीं दे पाएंगे, क्योंकि 2-3 चीज मिसिंग है, और 2-3 चीज का ही तो कॉल है. लाइक 5-6 चीजों का ही तो कॉल है पूरा. सो फिर वो हमारा वो 50% कुछ बैड कॉल पे फिर ऊपर नीचे हो जाता. क्विक, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 अल्फा. मी, यू वांट टू रिटर्न टू दिल्ली ड्यू टेक्निकल रीजन. ये प्लेन में बहुत प्रॉब्लम चल रही है संजना. सो लाइक बुरा नहीं बोलूंगा मैं, बट व्हाट अ डिफिकल्ट पेपर फॉर यू. हाँ, आई कुड फील दैट इन योर मैसेज, यू नो व्हाट यू वेंट थ्रू. पहले स्वाइन फ्लू के वजह से, पैसेंजर की वजह से, फिर टेक ऑफ शुरू, मतलब टेक ऑफ मिल गया है मुझे, मुझे फिर से आना है ड्यू टेक्निकल स्नैग. इसीलिए आपका नेपाल डीजीसीए ने आपका अप्रूवल बंद कर दिया है, बिकॉज आपका एडीसी एक्सपायर हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दीज डीलेज. समझ रहे हैं आप लोग? मेक सेंस? अभी इसमें क्या कॉल लेंगे बताओ मुझे.
Sir, I have a small doubt.
हम्म.
Is this going to be a pan call?
या, गुड थिंकिंग. चलो कॉल दो फटाफट. देखो मैं कॉल लिखवा भी नहीं रहा हूँ, फटाफट. मीत.
So it's going to be a pan. Delhi Tower, Air India 292. Facing technical issues on flight, IFR Delhi to Kathmandu. Would like to return to Delhi. request further instructions.
मीत, आपका मेजर इशू आपका पोजिशनल अवेयरनेस है। कहाँ हो आप? कहाँ से कॉल ले रहे हो?
Um,
ना ग्राउंड पे पोजीशन बता रहे हो ना हवा में पोजीशन बता रहे हो। मतलब आप को पायलट जस्ट जॉब लगी है और तो पीआईसी कर रहा है जो कर रहा है, मेरे को तो कॉल लेने हैं सिर्फ, ऐसा कुछ चल रहा है तुम्हारा? आई डोंट केयर, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते आप। कब से मैं बोल रहा हूँ पोजिशनल सिचुएशनल अवेयरनेस कहाँ है? विष्णुप्रिया, क्विक योर कॉल।
pen. Delhi Tower, 15 nautical mile outbound Delhi, flight level 400330. Due technical issue in flight, would like to return back to Delhi. Request permission.
आप लोग पैन पैन क्यों बोल रहे हो? स्पेसिफाई किया मीत आपने? स्पेसिफाई कॉल में क्यों पैन पैन बोला?
yeah,
हाँ,
facing technical issues on aircraft.
अभी भी आधे अधूरे हैं। विक्टर एंगल सेवन नंबर जूलियट, क्विक। संजना, आपका कॉल। Okay, maybe she has network issues. Vishnupriya, can you hear me?
yes sir.
Yeah. Sanjana, how do you read? Yeah. Two,
How
two
do you read?
alpha. Two alpha, can you give me the call?
So I remember they had given, now that I am following this, I remember they had given some position here, but I'm not really sure.
No problem. No problem. Even if not given, we can assume. Uh, Vishnupriya did try to give me कि मैं इतना nautical miles पे हूँ। Vishnupriya, what was 0330 time? Time देखो ना क्या है, 19040 है। बहुत ज्यादा ही डिले नहीं ले लिया आपने आपकी फ्लाइट के लिए। Sanjana, give me your call fast.
Delhi control. Pan. Delhi control. Air India 292. Over Aligarh. 108 radial. Romeo 460. Would like to return to Delhi due to technical reason. Request. I don't know.
Okay. We are missing a call.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, read you 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I got your call.
Request for the.
Yeah. Don't read radial like this. You'll say radial 180. You cannot say 180 radial like this. This is wrong. You say radial 180.
Radial.
If you are over Aligarh, then we will talk about Aligarh. Let's say Aligarh is not mentioned still. Meet, miss out कर रहे हो आप। विष्णुप्रिया, miss out कर रहे हो आप। You are returning back to Delhi just after departure. It means your aircraft is overweight for landing. And overweight for landing is the reason why we have pan over there. फ्लैप स्टक पे pan बोल रहे थे क्योंकि वहां पे overweight landing will be a risk, but I have to put the aircraft down. Now here, whether I have to land or whether I have to just come back for some reason and then go back again mid-air, that is not clear, but we'll assume that we have to come back. So it'll be like pan. Delhi, with respect to your position, I'll assume you have just departed and you're within the vicinity of tower. So I'm going to stick with tower here. If you're over Aligarh, then probably you'll be talking to control. Delhi Tower, Air India, correction. Pan. Delhi Tower, Air India 1292. Departed Delhi so and so. Passing 3500 for flight level 70. Would like to return back to Delhi due technical issue on aircraft. Aircraft overweight for landing. Request sector to exhaust fuel. and further instructions. Radial 180 to radial 210, flight level 70, duration 15 minutes. Request sector flying to exhaust fuel. I say again, would like to return back to Delhi, aircraft overweight for landing. समझ रहे हैं आप लोग? ये पढ़ा है हमने अभी, इसको अच्छे से दिमाग में स्टोर कर लो। जो पढ़ा है वो तो हमें एक्यूरेटली आना ही आना चाहिए स्टूडेंट्स। विशुप्रिया, आर यू फॉलोइंग?
यस सर।
सो मीत, तुम्हारा इंस्टिंक्ट सही डायरेक्शन में है, आप उसको थोड़ा कल्टिवेट करो बस, है ना?
Okay.
डोंट, यू आर थिंकिंग इन द राइट डायरेक्शन। टेक्निकल स्नैक के से वजह ओवरवेट, टेक ऑफ फ्यूल, लैंडिंग मास, टेक ऑफ मास, नैव में आप लोग को बहुत कंफ्यूज करेगी ये चीज शुरू शुरू में। यूल बी स्टडिंग ऑल फॉर्मूलाज एंड एवरीथिंग। सो तब आपको समझेगा कि मेरा मिनिमम एक लैंडिंग मास होता है, उसके ऊपर अगर एयरक्राफ्ट रहेगी तो मैं नहीं लैंड कर सकता हूँ। सो उतना फ्यूल बर्न, ट्रिप फ्यूल होता है हमारा, वो बर्न होना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। अभी तो मैं अलीगढ़ या जस्ट डिपार्चर लिया हूँ, मेरे को काठमांडू तक का फ्यूल बचा है मेरे पास, तो उतने फ्यूल का बहुत वेट होगा, वो वेट आपके लैंडिंग गियर के लिए सेफ नहीं है। So that's what the thing is. Whenever you have just departed and want to come back, a pan, overweight landing, टाइम टाइम रिलेटेड इमरजेंसी अगर नहीं है तो सेक्टर मिलेगा। टाइम रिलेटेड होगी ना तो आपको प्रिकॉशनरी लैंडिंग करनी पड़ जाएगी। सेक्टर वेक्टर छोड़ो, तुरंत लैंड करना है, प्रिकॉशनरी लैंडिंग करनी पड़ेगी। एंड हो सकता है लैंडिंग गियर को स्ट्रक्चरल डैमेज भी हो उसमें फिर। सो कम ऑन, रिमेंबर दीज थिंग्स, अंडरस्टैंड एंड सोक दीज थिंग्स इन, ओके? You reach, you want to climb. Question number 2, Bravo. Victor Tango Sierra November Juliet. Can you add any more points on this? Do you have any idea if you can add any more points on this? ठीक है।
Even during the exam, I didn't really understand because we went back to Delhi and they were giving landing clearance. So I didn't really understand like what was this? You want to climb 100, flight level 100.
If this much is the question, you have to make do with this much of the question. ठीक है? Obviously थोड़ा कुछ ऊपर रहा होगा, students. Delhi approach tower. With respect to my sector flying, I was asking for flight level 70. Okay, so with respect to my assumption, 100 will only make sense. That तब तक मैं सेक्टर पे था, आई एम डन बर्निंग माई फ्यूल, आई हैव रीच दिल्ली VOR, इट मीन्स आई एम गोइंग टू प्रिपेयर फॉर लैंडिंग, बट फॉर सम रीजन आई वांट टू फर्स्ट क्लाइंब एंड फ्रॉम देयर मे बी दे विल बी आस्किंग मी टू कम डाउन अगेन इन अ मैनर वेयर आई विल बी लैंडिंग। कनेक्टिविटी थोड़ी मिसिंग हो सकती है, बट प्लीज बी केयरफुल टू कनेक्ट क्वेश्चन to the next question, especially sub questions. Okay, seems simple. क्लाइम बोला है, मांग लो क्लाइम और टॉप ऑफ क्लाइम बोल दो बस, और क्या ही होगा उसमें। रीच डेल्टा पापा नवंबर मींस यू आर ओवरहेड दैट पर्टिकुलर VOR.
VO station.
Yeah. Question number 3, you reach Kadas. Let's quickly okay, and the fourth and fifth questions we know, so quickly let's look at it.
सर
Kadas.
इधर ट्रांजिट क्लियरेंस हो सकता है।
Now this Kadas is on our way back to Kathmandu is the assumption. Okay, अभी हो गया हमारा, दिल्ली का हो गया, लैंडिंग हो गया, हम दोबारा आ गए एंड वी आर ऑन आवर वे बैक टू काठमांडू नाउ। ऑलराइट, कड़ास पे है, इट्स अ पोजीशन रिपोर्ट ऑन अ कंट्रोल बाउंड्री, नथिंग एल्स। ट्रांजिट क्लियरेंस नहीं होगा यहाँ पे, ट्रांजिट क्लियरेंस के हिसाब से आप बहुत दूर हो। ट्रांजिट क्लियरेंस आपको लखनऊ CTR के बहुत पास होगे तब मांगोगे तो चल जाएगा। सिंपल क्रॉसिंग क्लियरेंस बोल सकते हो या चेंजिंग ओवर टू द नेक्स्ट कंट्रोल बोल सकते हो। कौन सा कंट्रोल है? फ्लाइट लेवल के बेसिस पे यू हैव दिल्ली कंट्रोल अप टू फ्लाइट लेवल 460 एंड लखनऊ कंट्रोल फ्रॉम फ्लाइट लेवल 50 टू 200। सो आप दिल्ली कंट्रोल से बात करोगे यहाँ पे। तो योर ओवर कडास जस्ट अ पोजिशन रिपोर्ट विद दिल्ली कंट्रोल। रिवाइज्ड एस्टिमेट्स एंड रिवाइज्ड ETA देने होंगे आपको यहाँ पे एक्स्ट्रा, बिकॉज बहुत डिले हो गया है। समझ रहे हैं आप लोग? रिवाइज
Yes, sir.
एस्टिमेट्स एंड रिवाइज ईटीए वर्ड यूज करना है। रिवाइज रिवाइज एस्टिमेट्स, एस्टिमेटिंग लखनऊ, देन whatever I was going to go through, लखनऊ से नगीना, देन वाराणसी, देन इबुसु, पटना, दौडुड, बरगा, सिमारा एंड रिवाइज्ड ईटीए काठमांडू। ऐसा होगा आपका वो कॉल। सीम्स लाइक a सिंपल पोजीशन रिपोर्ट कॉल, 20 on 20 वाला कॉल है। बिकॉज ऑफ डिले यूज द कीवर्ड्स रिवाइज्ड एंड चूज योर एटीसी केयरफुली। आर वी फॉलोइंग?
Yes, sir.
देखो, मैं आप लोग को नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ आपका क्या कॉल होता। हो सकता है ये कॉल्स भी आप इनकम्प्लीट दे रहे होते। तो खुद को पूछो कि मैं इनकम्प्लीट आंसर पे कैसे खुद से सेटिस्फाइड हूँ, और मैंने ऐसे कैसे सीख के कॉन्फिडेंटली आंसर दे रहे हैं, और वाई एम आई अलाउइंग माई सेल्फ टू मिस आउट ऑन सम थिंग्स। आई एम अंडर प्रिपेयर्ड इज वॉट आई शुड बी सेइंग, एंड आई शुड फिल इन द गैप्स। मेरी लैंग्वेज अच्छी है, सब अच्छा है, बस मैं कंटेंट्स विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन शायद पूरे नहीं बोल रहा हूँ। उस पर ध्यान देना है बस। इट्स अ सिली एरर एंड नथिंग एल्स, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। बट कॉन्शियसली इसको आपको फिक्स करना है। मीत आप नहीं वो एफर्ट लेके दिखा रहे हो, आप पैसिव चल रहे हो, एक्टिव होके दिखाओ। संजना, आपका तो सीधा मौके पे पता चलेगा, नो वरीज अदरवाइज। Bishop, you are following? You look very
Yes,
confident, so
sir.
I'm hoping you'll be giving me good performance. मीत के पास परफॉर्मेंसेज अच्छे ही रहे, आई एम नॉट वरीड, बट यहाँ पे पोजिशनल अवेयरनेस बहुत ज़रूरी हो जाएगी। दैट्स इट। क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 नहीं है हमारे पास, लेकिन क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 है, एंड वी ऑलरेडी नो एडीसी विल बी एक्सपायर्ड एंड एफआईसी माइट ऑल्सो हैव एक्सपायर्ड, बट एफआईसी जनरली डिपार्चर के लिए होता है, वैलिड रहेगा। यहाँ पे एडीसी हमें लेना होगा और कुछ नहीं। एयर डिफेंस क्लियरेंस नंबर, ओके। That's why they have said. So say have obtained fresh ADC number, any hypothetical alphanumeric number, air defense clearance number, okay? इंटरनेशनल फ्लाइट्स को चाहिए होता है ये।
सर इधर कॉल किसको देंगे?
वो पोजीशन के हिसाब से देंगे, या तो वीएचएफ या तो एचएफ होगा। वी आर नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल, बट मे बी यू आर समवेयर क्लोज टू एंटरिंग काठमांडू, so maybe over Patna, maybe over DODUD वे पॉइंट यहाँ है। तो हमें तो बहुत सारे यहाँ पे अलग अलग नाम दिए गए हैं। अपर लिमिट पटना कंट्रोल है, यहाँ पे पटना एसीसी है नहीं, बट पटना टीएमए दिया गया है आपको, ठीक है। फ्रीक्वेंसी है नहीं, बट पटना कंट्रोल रहेगा वहाँ पे। एंड फ्लाइट लेवल 250 वाराणसी कंट्रोल है आपके पास यहाँ पे, एंड यहाँ पे अपर लिमिट तक अगेन पटना कंट्रोल है आपके पास। तो या तो पटना या वाराणसी बेस्ड अपॉन योर flight level, if you are in this vicinity of Patna or up to over this point. Dude, बरगा पे हो आप, बिरगा या बरगा, हाउ यू वांट कॉल इट, स्टिल आपको कम्युनिकेशन मिलेगा अपने कंट्रोल के साथ, बिकॉज इट्स स्टिल वेरी क्लोज टू यू, एंड देन यू विल बी आस्क्ड टू गो टू द नेक्स्ट कंट्रोल विच वुड प्रोबेबली बी काठमांडू कंट्रोल फॉर अस। या तो ये कॉल एचएफ पे होगा या वीएचएफ पे होगा, क्योंकि पहले एफआईसी वहां का आपको देखेगा, फिर एसीसी देखेगा। एफआईसी इज लाइक द main air traffic regulatory authority for us, 4 FIC centers. So FIR to FIR हम चलते हैं, तो काठमांडू FIR का एक एक ही होगा, वहाँ पे छोटा एरिया है। दे विल बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ऑल दीज थिंग्स। तो शायद HF पे है तो भी आप सेम चीज़ बोलोगे, VHF पे है तो भी आप सेम चीज़ बोलोगे। हैव ऑब्टेन्ड फ्रेश FIC, request crossing clearance, these are my revised estimates, this is the time I departed, दिस इज द डिले। और डिले बोलना नहीं है, बस रिवाइज ETA बोल देना है। चाहिए तो आप बोल सकते हो डिले फ्रॉम एक्सपीरियंसिंग अ डिले ऑफ 2 hours फ्रॉम द स्केड्यूल्ड अराइवल टाइम। चाहो तो बोल सकते हो, बट ज़रूरी नहीं है कि रिवाइज ETA बोल रहे हो, और उनको पता होता है, बिकॉज दे ऑल आर एक्सपेक्टिंग यू। वो आपको 2 घंटे पहले एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे, आप आए नहीं, तो उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं इंक्वायरी की होगी कि वो प्लेन कहाँ है, वो आपको ट्रैक कर रहे हैं। समझ रहे हो आप? तो एचएफ पे तो आप उनको दिल्ली से भी कॉल करके बोल सकते हो कि हमारे साथ ये सब हो रहा है, हमको टाइम लगने वाला है आने के लिए, और तभी आप एडीसी अपने ऑफिस को बोल के सबमिट करा के ले लोगे पहले से ही। आप ऐसे ऑन द स्पॉट अचानक से नहीं याद आएगा अरे मेरा एडीसी नहीं लिया मैंने। आइडियली आपको पहले पता होता है ये सब, और बैकग्राउंड में चलता रहता है ये सब। सिचुएशंस यहाँ पे आपको ऐसी दी है कि अचानक आपका एक्सपायर हुआ है, तो अचानक क्या करोगे? यू विल कॉल ग्राउंड स्टेशंस, यू विल टेल देम टू फाइल एन एडीसी, दे विल क्विकली फाइल एन एडीसी, दे विल गिव यू द एडीसी, you will take the ADC and that ADC will go and give to काठमांडू। तब तक आपको हवा में ही रुकना है, फिर they'll give you a
सर
holding
कौन सा
pattern।
ग्राउंड स्टेशन को कॉल करेंगे एडीसी के लिए?
आप पहले इस कंट्रोल को कॉल करो या फिर दिल्ली एफआईआर को सीधा कॉल करो, दिल्ली रेडियो को, जो आपका एफआईसी है वहाँ पे, और उनको बोलो रिले करने के लिए, बात करने के लिए। कंपनी डिस्पैच तो शायद नहीं पहुंचेगा आपका यहाँ पे। तो देर आर वेरियस एजेंसीज, सो आप एफआईसी से बात करो, रिले करने का ट्राई करो, और वो लोग रिले करके आपको दिला सकते हैं।
So
वैसे
is
हाँ,
the ADC call done over HF or VHF?
अभी वो तो क्वेश्चन पूरा होगा तो समझ में आएगा, दोनों में हो सकता है। एचएफ नहीं है तो वीएचएफ पे ही होगा, एचएफ
Mhm.
है तो दोनों पे हो सकता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन पोजीशन रेफरेंस क्वेश्चन में क्या दिया हमें। उसके अलावा तो कुछ कम्युनिकेशन होता नहीं है ना। सो वीएचएफ पे है तो कंट्रोल कंट्रोल, और एचएफ पे है तो या तो कोलकाता कंट्रोल, कहाँ है हम, कौन से एफआईआर में, या तो कोलकाता रेडियो, या फिर मेरे हिसाब से काठमांडू रेडियो होना चाहिए, बट इन्होंने एफआईआर का नाम लिखा नहीं है कहीं पे। एचएफ पे है या तो कोलकाता या दिस, और अपने होम स्टेशन को कॉल करना है तो फिर दिल्ली एफआईसी को कॉल कर सकते हैं, दिल्ली रेडियो को कॉल कर सकते हैं, एचएफ पे एचएफ है तो।
Mhm.
ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 was also a call. It was not fill in the blanks, or it was not name the following or definitions or anything. So surprise पे surprise on a first attempt. Still, I think you have really done good, and we can understand with couple of calls you have given, Sanjana, that maybe you did the right things. Probably just calls were clear and crystal. Maybe थोड़े elements हमने miss कर दिए होंगे। Bishoppriya Meet, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Victor
Following.
Tango Sierra number Juliet. Did you hear what I said last?
No, sir, I lost my connection. Could you please
Yeah,
repeat?
yeah. So I was saying that for you, you got surprise on surprise on surprise with respect to the international thing, with respect to the questions, with respect to question number 5 also. Still, I think you have done a very good job. The only thing what you could have, missed would be, I think, with respect to the calls that I've seen today or heard, I think कुछ elements miss किए होंगे बस आपने call में। Your calls
Okay.
would have been accurate and crystal clear with what you said. It's just that you might have missed a few things in calls. So you be careful on it and increase your elements in call. Try to see मैं और क्या क्या बोल सकती हूँ before you take the
Okay.
call. So you know क्या करना है, तुम स्पेसिफिकली
Hmm.
वो कर रही हो, बट उसके आगे पीछे और भी एलिमेंट्स हैं क्वेश्चंस में और फ्लाइट प्लान्स में जो शायद आपको देने हैं, और कैसे रीड कर रहे हैं हम। जैसे रेडियल आपने वैसे बोला, ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं शायद, जिसपे अगर वो आप वैसा करते तो मे बी द रिजल्ट कुड हैव बीन इन योर फेवर, बिकॉज आपके कॉल सही गए हैं सारे, इंटेंट सारे सही गए हैं ऑलमोस्ट, जितने भी आपने सॉल्व करे हैं। मीत, पोजिशन, अवेयरनेस, अगेन मैं बोल रहा हूँ, विष्णुप्रिया सेम, संजना सेम, बी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट इट। सेकेंड, दिमाग में कुछ हिंट आ रहा है तो उसको थोड़ा कल्टीवेट करके समझो, और क्या क्या है। मैंने पैन पैन कॉल वापस आना है डिपार्चर पे क्यों लिया था, मेरे को भी सेक्टर फ्लाइंग है ना, कॉल लेते लेते क्लिक हुआ मैंने, क्योंकि डायरेक्ट कॉल लिया, दिमाग में नहीं बनाया, दिमाग में बना था तो भी मेरे को डायरेक्टली हिंट हो जाता। इट वर्क्स इन द सेम वे फॉर एवरी वन। सो हाँ, पैन पैन है, मीत को आ गया, मीत रैपिड फायर कॉल ले रहा है क्विकली। पैन पैन मैंने क्यों लिया था, टेक्निकल स्नैक, तो फिर मैं मेडे क्यों नहीं बोल रहा हूँ टेक्निकल स्नैक में, सिर्फ पैन पैन ही क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? सिर्फ पैन पैन टेक्निकल स्नैक की वजह से नहीं है, ये पैन पैन ओवरवेट लैंडिंग की वजह से है।
Mhm.
वो याद आना चाहिए, और ओवरवेट लैंडिंग को अवॉइड करने के लिए मुझे सेक्टर चाहिए टू एग्जॉस्ट फ्यूल, अगर टाइम क्रिटिकल इमरजेंसी नहीं है तो। समझ रहे हैं ना?
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
समझो एंड मेंटली इस पे काम करो प्लीज, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट लर्निंग। ओके, एनी क्वेश्चन? बट मीत गुड, Bishoppriya not bad, come on, any questions?
Negative, sir.
बस एक बार संजना वापस आ जाए क्विकली, आई विल वॉक यू थ्रू दिस डॉक्यूमेंट। So, okay. Hmm. Meet and Vishnupriya, I'm rescheduling your live mocks. I will tell you on call. If you're free later part in the evening, just let me know and we'll do it. Or else we'll do it tomorrow morning. But अगर later part of the evening free है तो I think we can do it one on one both. Okay? Meet and Vishnupriya. Vishnupriya, acknowledge please.
Yes, sir. Around 8:30.
No, text me your availability and I'll confirm. Sanjana,
Okay,
I
sir.
want you to tell me when are you able to give me your practice like next. Text me on the same. Like text me. ओके मीत और विष्णुप्रिया प्लीज अवेलेबिलिटी बता दो मुझे मैं कंफर्म कर लूंगा थोड़ी देर में
Yes, just a second.
ओके विक्टर टैंगो सिएरा नंबर जूलियट हाउ डू यू रीड कीप योर वीडियो ऑफ टू सेव योर बैंडविड्थ विक्टर टैंगो सिएरा नंबर जूलियट हाउ डू यू रीड
Read you three, sir. How do you read?
okay read you 5 I just want to walk you all through this document once and then we'll wrap up this study session for now check your messages check our chat students individually okay okay I'll confirm okay all right okay. Can we see the screen? What do we see on the screen, students? Are we able to see the document?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, section
Yes.
9er. ATC will ask you in part 2 Viva, what are the documents for RT? You will say DGCA Civil Aviation Requirements, section 9er. Section 9er has airspace and air navigation service standards. Sanjana, do you know about DGCA sections? Have you seen them before?
Yes, the CAR, right?
Yeah. Have I shown that to you, Vishnupriya? आपको भेजा है मैंने कुछ sections पे कितने sections है? I think 11 sections है मीत you remember right?
Yes, I remember.
11 section.
हाँ so section 9 series D में भी communication है और काफ़ी है communications पे इसमें से ये वाला जो है series D part 4 it is nautical telecommunication digital data and voice communication RT में voice आ रहा है but these days digital data communications are also happening RT will always be there but people are also communicating in codes through digital data luckily एग्जाम्स में हमें नहीं पूछ रहे हैं ठीक है इसलिए हमें वो नहीं पढ़ना होता है एक बार आर्टिकल ये देखोगे आर्टिकल 28 ऑफ कन्वेंशन ये सब रेगुलेशंस के हिसाब से क्वेश्चंस हैं आपके सीआर रूल 29C के हिसाब से एंड रूल 133A के हिसाब से ये सीआर इशू हुआ है ठीक है रूल बुक आप बाद में देखोगे एप्लीकेबिलिटी एंड ऑल ये सब डिजिटल डेटा के हैं ठीक है हमें वॉइस पे जाना है मैं सिर्फ बता रहा हूँ फ्यूचर में आपको ये पढ़ना ही होगा व्हेन यू बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ एन एयरलाइन ऑलराइट एंड डेफिनेशंस हैं ये अलग हैं ये वॉइस से अलग है ठीक है अभी नहीं पढ़ना है आपको बिकॉज ये डिजिटल डेटा से रिलेटेड है एंड दिस इज बेसिकली टेक्स्ट बेस्ड कम्युनिकेशन फ्रॉम द कॉकपिट टू एटीसी एंड फ्रॉम एटीसी टू कॉकपिट ओके लेटर्स देखो और इनके कोड्स देखो आप ओके ऐसे ही सिर्फ गुड टू नो मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको दिस इज अ स्टैंडर्ड स्टेटमेंट कवरिंग ऑल लेटर्स ऑफ द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज ओके इसका एक रीजन है यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है यू डोंट हैव टू वरी आई एम जस्ट शोइंग यू अ सर्टेन थिंग आई एम शोइंग यू सर्टेन थिंग्स हियर you have codes for your whole phrases also. Acknowledge ACK, cancel CAN. These are not abbreviations. These are digital. Digitally, ACK will be acknowledged for you, not as an abbreviation, but digitally. ये नहीं पूछेंगे एग्जाम में आपको डोंट वरी अबाउट इट बट या दिस इज द प्रेजेंट नॉट इवन द फ्यूचर ये तो हम कर भी नहीं रहे हम जो कर रहे हैं वो बस बेस कर रहे हैं सिर्फ वो तो हम इजीली मास्टर कर सकते हैं And then I'm going to show you one interesting thing here. तुम्हें कुछ नहीं समझ रहा है तो बताना है सर नहीं समझ रहा है, ओके? अदरवाइज आई विल अज्यूम दैट आपको सब समझ रहा है, जितना मैं बता रहा हूँ उतना। ओके, अच्छा, शो यू पैन पैन एंड मेडे के भी कोड्स होते हैं। See, digital data will also work on radio frequencies. These are emission codes for that. It's totally different, totally different. Full computer based. Satellite voice communication is also here. Sat voice. उस दिन मीत आपको सेल कॉल सिस्टम पूछा था, आपने अच्छे से आंसर नहीं दिया था। आरटी सेल कॉल, डिजिटल सेल कॉल, आरटी वाला तो अच्छे से पढ़ना है आपको, ठीक है?
ओके।
संजना, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज सेल कॉल? क्विक वाइवा क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से आंसर दो मुझे। संजना, आर यू देयर? या, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज सेल कॉल? See, I'm just showing you, walking you through the document, and it's gone. That's it. In this particular document, you have communication for digital. They have said voice communication, but the voice communication is through sat voice, that is satellite voice. Nothing more. Sanjana, can you quickly give me an answer? Vishnupriya, aap do mujhe answer. What is cell call? Think it's a part 2 Viva question. Say what is cell call. Quick, quick, quick.
So selective calling.
Mm-hmm.
So this ground station allows talk with the aircraft flying internationally.
Not necessarily. Sanjana, can you tell me what is cell call? Think of it as a part 2 Viva question.
Selective calling, it's stands for selective calling, and due to this, it helps the pilot to have less pressure on monitoring the HF frequency. Can you
Okay.
hear me, sir?
I can. Good. You're covering actual points. Meet, tell me what is cell call. देखो मैं थोड़ा फास्ट कराना चाह रहा हूँ बिकॉज मेरा प्लान था 5:45 तक रैप अप कर लिया। आई जस्ट वांटेड टू शो, उसमें डिजिटल डेटा में वॉइस कम्युनिकेशन टाइटल में दिया है, बट वी डोंट हैव मच आरटी देयर, बट आई एम नाउ शोइंग यू दिस अदर डॉक्यूमेंट। इसके साथ साथ इफ आई एम आस्किंग यू टू समथिंग तो करो, ताकि वो टाइम में हम ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस कर पाए। सेल कॉल अचानक से पूछ रहा हूँ। मीत, कम ऑन क्विक।
So cell call stands for selective calling system. It's used, um, it's like a system which alerts the pilots for about incoming messages from other stations. So that way the pilot won't have to continuously monitor the HF frequency. And it every aircraft has a unique cell call code, which is of 4 letters. And um, when the ATC or the ground station transmits the code, there will be an alert in the cockpit which will let the pilot know that the message is waiting.
ओके, नॉट अ वेरी गुड वे टू गिव द आंसर, बट स्टिल बेटर देन बिफोर। पहले तो आपने कुछ नहीं दिया था। संजना, कैन यू ट्राई वंस मोर? देखो मैं आपको एक बेंचमार्क बता दूँ, अच्छे से समझ लो पार्ट 2 वाइवा के हिसाब से। एनीवन, विष्णुप्रिया, आस्क मी अ क्वेश्चन एज इफ यू आर द वाइवा एग्जामिनर।
What is cell call?
आई डोंट लाइक रूड एग्जामिनर्स। हाँ, ठीक है, नहीं बताऊंगा, क्या कर लोगे? सॉरी, आई एम जस्ट किडिंग। ओके सर, सेल कॉल इज अ short form for selective calling. Selective calling is a system that we use for HF communications. HF communications are long range communications where we use frequencies from the HF band 2 megahertz to 20 or 22 megahertz. HF communications, being long range communications, travel via skywave propagation or ionospheric propagation. Although the range received can be long, the quality of the audio that we receive is often not clear, and there's a lot of background noise and static. So if any time ATC wants, if any time a pilot is flying where they have HF communication on board, then it becomes a requirement for them to constantly monitor HF to see if FICs and FIRs have anything to communicate with them. In India, we have four FIRs, one sub FIR. So we have so many FICs that might want to talk to me. So I always have to be tuned into HF and monitor that on my radio, while on other radio I'll be doing my VHF clearances and reports. So that constant frequency monitoring load on the pilot can be tedious, and cell call is a system that relieves this constant frequency monitoring load from over the pilots. How does the system work is what I'm going to explain. Every aircraft will be given a unique cell call code, which is a 4-letter code, two pairs of 2 letters each, from Alpha to Sierra, except India, November, Oscar. It has an encoder and decoder. Encoder will be with ATC. They will have a keyboard. And depending upon if my aircraft has a call sign, correction, if my aircraft has a cell call code Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta, then if they want to communicate with me, I don't have to be monitoring the frequency. Simply they'll put in the code on the keyboard in their encoder, and the codes will go to all aircrafts in the vicinity. The aircraft where the code matches, which will be my aircraft, in that aircraft in my cockpit, there will be an audio, oral, and visual notification specific to my aircraft that will be an indication that that particular radio is calling me. And I can simply reply saying, Mumbai Radio, Air India 123, go ahead. And that's how I can establish communication with them anytime they need without having to be tuned in to the HF frequencies and just relieve that particular workload from the pilot. So that's cell call system. Aircraft will have decoder. All aircrafts will receive all cell call codes. Only the matching codes will be decoded. Rest will be automatically not decoded. There's no rejection happening on board the aircraft equipment. ये पूछ सकते हैं तो बाकी कोड्स को क्या रिजेक्ट करते हैं? नो सर, रिजेक्ट कुछ नहीं होता है. सिंपल सिस्टम है. आपका मैच हुआ तो ये ऑडियो वीडियो आने वाला है आपको, ऑडियो विजुअल वार्निंग. मैच नहीं हुआ तो नहीं आएगा. सारे सिग्नल्स सारी एयरक्राफ्ट रिसीव करते हैं सेल कॉल का. सो दिस इज सेल कॉल सिस्टम. If you will be able to explain like this, is it difficult? इसमें मैंने टेक्निकल भी बोल दिया, लॉजिकल भी बोल दिया, एचएफ फ्रीक्वेंसी बैंड भी बोल दिया, एचएफ कॉम भी बोल दिया, एचएफ स्काईवे प्रोपोगेशन भी बोल दिया, उसकी प्रॉब्लम भी बता दी मैंने. तो आपने ऑलरेडी उनको 5-6 एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस जो एचएफ के बारे में पूछ सकते थे वो पहले ही आंसर दे दिया आपने. डू यू नॉट थिंक इट विल हेल्प यू गेट बेटर मार्क्स? बट हम बेयर मिनिमम भी नहीं कर रहे हैं, उसका भी आधा कर रहे हैं. कितना मुश्किल है. मैं लिख के भी दिया हुआ है सब कुछ. आई अपडेट योर फ्यू नोट्स. आई अपडेट फ्यू नोट्स उसमें और अच्छे से जो रिपोर्ट्स के नोट्स हैं ऑल ना, अपडेट होते ही मैं उनको रिप्लेस कर दूंगा ड्राइव पे. आप लोग देखना उनको. प्लीज लर्न विद दिस एग्जाम्पल फॉर पार्ट 2, बिकॉज जो नेक्स्ट आपका इंडिविजुअल मॉक होगा उसमें मुझे ये पार्ट 2 परफॉर्मेंस में अच्छे से देखना है. मीत, कम ऑन. आपका एक्टिव वर्क चल रहा है. विष्णुप्रिया, आपका एक्टिव वर्क चल रहा है. एंड संजना, दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग विल डू the next session we are meeting. Part 2, part 1, both final level for you. Practice. Okay? Sanjana, I'm telling you. Okay? So वो आप मुझे बताओ कब कर रहे हैं टेक्स्ट पे.
सर
Quickly I'm
संजना का
sharing.
जो पेपर आया था वो कौन से सेशन पे आया था?
अभी दिल्ली, अभी जस्ट हुआ ना. And Sanjana, I'm very proud, okay? How you're managing your time and you still went for the exam. I'm very happy. It gets done. If you don't give up, it gets done. There are many students who have been working the way you are, and now they are, finishing their flight training. They have also been struggling like 1 साल 2 साल 3 साल तक कभी कभी लग जाता है, बट हो जाता. तुम बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो. उन्होंने उतना टाइम नहीं दिया इतने शॉर्ट टाइम में पढ़ने का जितना आपने दिया है. So if they can start their flying, you तो easily will get there. With उनसे पहले पढ़ के निकल जाओगे. वो लोग तो अभी बीच में पेपर्स दे रहे हैं, सारे नहीं कर पाए. दे ट्राइड बिकॉज वर्क प्रेशर बहुत होता है ना. सिमिलर टू योर्स ओनली. लाइक सबके सामने नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बट subtly I'm just exchanging that you're doing better than so many others that I've seen who are succeeding, who are on a similar path like yours, considering the similarities. So आप तो उनसे आगे ही रहने वाले हो. You just keep up. Vishnupriya and Meet, any questions?
No, sir. I just had a small question. The mock which you're going to take today or tomorrow morning, is it going to be just part two or part one again?
Complete mock, complete
Okay.
mock. Okay, Sanjana, that's it. All you need to do is just continue what you're doing, is what I'm trying to say. उतना एफर्ट डालो. अभी से फाइनल मॉक की प्रेपरेशन
Yes,
करो.
sir.
कुछ एक्स्ट्रा नोट्स आ रहे हैं, वो नोट्स पढ़ो. फिलहाल सिर्फ आरटी पे फोकस रखो. हमारे उस सेशन के बाद आपको मैं बताऊंगा फर्दर स्ट्रैटेजी. ओके.
Okay.
डू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन संजना? विल बी रैपिंग अप द सेशन नाउ. कुछ है क्वेश्चंस तो बताओ मुझे.
No, sir. Negative.
चलो, तुम मुझे ये बता दो. रिप्लाई टू दिस टेक्स्ट. ओके.
Yes.
संजना, फील फ्री टू लीव. मैं मीत और विष्णुप्रिया के पास हूँ ब्रीफिंग के लिए. ठीक है.
Do they have their mock right now?
वी विल बी कंफर्मिंग 7 या 8 के बाद करेंगे, अगर करेंगे तो. वुड यू वांट टू ऑब्जर्व?
Okay. Yes, yes.
लेट मी नो ओवर टेक्स्ट. आई नोटिफाई यू. आज का क्या
Okay.
अवेलेबिलिटी है आपका, उसके बैंड उसके उसके अंदर अंदर अगर स्केड्यूल हो रहा है, आई नोटिफाई यू. हाफ एन आवर में पता
Okay.
चल जाएगा.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. चलो, मीत, एनी
Okay.
क्वेश्चन?
Thank you.
मोस्ट
sir.
वेलकम संजना. चलो मीत, आप भी जा सकते हो. विष्णुप्रिया, एनी
Thank
क्वेश्चन?
you, sir.
यस.
Hmm.
विष्णुप्रिया, एनी
Thank you, sir.
क्वेश्चंस?
Bye.
Negative, sir.
चलो, ठीक है. Alright, students, I'll see you in your mocks and I'll notify you all, okay? Remember
Okay.
what we have learned today. Chalo. See you. Take
See you,
care,
sir.
okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir.